I know a lot of people get started on the ketogenic lifestyle or a low carb, high fat lifestyle because they want to get in shape for a particular event. Maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's a graduation party, maybe it's something that makes you just want to look good. And so you get on this type of lifestyle and then that event happens and typically they fall off track on that event. And then afterwards, they find it really, really easy to start gaining the weight back. And I want to explain why that is. You shifted your burning from burning glucose as your primary fuel source to burning fat for fuel. Now, once you transition to burning fat for fuel, it prefers burning fat for fuel. And then once you become fat adapted, it really likes running on fat and creating those ketones and doing that. You will notice you will feel better that way. And so if you then move your metabolism back over to burning glucose, what can happen is your body can store the glucose at a much more rapid pace than it would if you didn't transition between metabolisms so quickly. And so you have to be very careful if you're coming off the ketogenic lifestyle and you start eating carbohydrates, a higher level of carbohydrates, because your body might just store those excess carbohydrates because it's so used to burning fat for fuel. So what you want to do in that situation is slowly start changing your macros so that you are eating a little bit less fat and a little bit more carbs. So you're kind of easing your body into it. So this is someone who maybe wants to go back towards eating a little bit more carbs. Maybe you reached your goal. Maybe your goal is to build muscle. You're doing a lot more weight training, which you can do with keto, by the way. Whatever the reason is, that would be ideal. So for a lot of people, what happens when they fall off track with the ketogenic lifestyle is they have a huge carb overload meal. They will eat a ton of carbs. They will eat a ton of fat. They will just eat the foods that they feel like they've been missing out on, or they have an event and they're eating like cake and they're just doing things they wouldn't normally do. So what this is doing is it's loading your body up with glucose, which could be stored much more rapidly. And that's why a lot of people will experience much faster weight gain when that starts happening. And so the goal here then would be to transition back to burning fat for fuel, which is the preferred source that you basically tricked your body into burning fat for fuel to begin with, and start making it and developing it as a lifestyle. And so this is also the reason why when someone goes off track with keto, they can find it very hard to get back on track with the ketogenic lifestyle, because as in hard to start experiencing those results again. So if you want to see those results again when you get back on track with keto, this time around, you're going to need to be just a little bit more strict, as in probably if you were drinking a glass of wine before and you had no issues seeing the scale move, now you probably want to eliminate the alcohol from your diet until you start getting things moving again or get into the groove of things, because that can stall things for sure as you're trying to get back to the keto lifestyle. Now, the other thing that you want to do is you want to stay very, very strict keto. You don't want to have a little bit of carbs here, a little bit of carbs there, and just kind of like experience this cycle where you're never actually in ketosis, even though if all day you're eating low carb and then you have like a little bit of carbs. It's better for you to just do like strict 20, 25 net carbs a day while you are trying to get back into this fat adapted state and get your metabolism running on fat for fuel efficiently again. That's the other thing. You want to stay very, very focused on your nutrition and your meal plan for a good 3 weeks to a month. Like, stay good and stay focused on it. Another thing you can do is intermittent fasting. Maybe when you first get back over to this lifestyle, do a week of eating normally and then introduce intermittent fasting after that as it starts becoming easier for you. The other thing, you definitely don't want to be having like cheat meals every week. You don't want to go through that whole struggle. You want to stay focused and on track with keto, and you want to stay on track with your goals. You want to keep working out, because working out is going to help you as well. And so hopefully then you will start seeing the scale move more. Now, if you've been doing like 2 meals a day, you might want to cut that down to 1 meal a day. You got to start tricking your metabolism a little bit. You got to start switching things up, because it got really accustomed to and following the ketogenic lifestyle the way you were doing it. And then you introduced all of these carbohydrates, which it automatically preferred burning the fats. So it might have stored the carbs. And then you found yourself feeling bloated, feeling like you want to get back on track to losing again. But you need to stay on track if you get back on track. So this can definitely be a sustainable lifestyle that you do long term. But you have to make that commitment, and you need to stay on track with it, and you need to follow through with it. And it's not one of those things you really just want to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You want to be all in or all out. So I would say make a commitment to it. Maybe use a journal and write down in like a daily calendar the days you stayed on track and the days you fell off track. That's okay, but just get right back on and try to stay committed for like 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time straight, because that's going to help your metabolism get back to burning that fat for fuel again. And you might also want to try some things like a period of extended fasting, maybe doing more than 24 hours, doing a 60-hour or doing 72 hours there every once in a while, like maybe once a month. That can also start shifting your metabolism to start burning again. There's a couple different things you can do. Give it a try. If you've experienced this, put it in the comments, or if you have overcome this, I would also love to hear that. And if you're new here, be sure you hit that subscribe button. I have so many videos to help you get the best results with this lifestyle. So be sure to check out my library of content I have here from over the last few years. And thank you so much for watching this one. Take care.